Hello students, today I'll discuss the chapter Organic Chemistry, which is an important chapter of class 10. As all of us are little bit familiar with the name organic compounds, which we can get from plants and animals. First, organic chemistry is a chemistry of specific carbon compounds. Organic compounds are composed of carbon and hydrogen, that's why it is known as hydrocarbons also. The natural sources of organic compounds are we can get carbohydrates, acids from plants, protein, urea from animals, drugs and dyes from coal. There are a variety of uses of organic compounds or hydrocarbons. We can use carbohydrates which the plants can produce during photosynthesis as food. We can use azo-dyes which we can get from aniline as dyes. We can use cotton to make clothes. We can use petrol as fuels, and we take penicillins as antibiotic as a medicine. Next, the question arises like this: why we have chosen carbon atom only? It is due to its unique nature, that is tetravalency or catenation. Now, carbon is a tetravalent compound. Carbon is a tetravalent atom where carbon can satisfy its octet by forming 4 covalent bonds by mutual sharing with other carbon atoms. Carbon can form a straight chain compound like this. Carbon can form a branched chain compound like this. This is a branching. And carbon can form a closed chain compound. This is closed chain compound. This property of carbon is known as catenation. Catenation is a tendency to form a long chain compound by self-linking. So carbon is having this tendency maximum because this carbon-carbon bond energy is maximum. Next, carbon can form single bond compound, carbon can form double bond compound, carbon can form triple bond compound. In all these compounds, carbon is satisfying its 4 valency, that is known as tetravalency. Classification of organic compounds. Organic compounds are classified as aliphatic compounds and cyclic compounds. Aliphatic compounds are straight chain compounds, whereas cyclic compounds are closed chain compounds. Aliphatic compounds further classified as saturated and unsaturated. Saturated compounds, saturated hydrocarbons contain only single bond. Example, all the alkanes. Whereas unsaturated compounds contain double bond and triple bond also. Examples, all types of alkenes and alkynes. Now, cyclic compounds are classified as homocyclic compounds and heterocyclic compounds. Homocyclic compounds which contain only carbon atom. Example, benzene. Whereas heterocyclic compounds which contain with carbon, oxygen also, nitrogen and sulfur. Example, pyridine. Next term is isomers and isomerism. Isomers are organic compounds having the same molecular formula but different structural formula, and the phenomenon is called isomerism. Isomers have similar chemical properties but different physical properties. For example, I have given over here CH3, CH2, 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 CH3 and one more compound CH3CH. The branching is CH3 methyl group CH2, CH3. First name of the compound, the name of the first compound is normal pentane and the second compound will be 2-methyl butane. Due to their different arrangement of the molecule, the names are different. Structure. How the organic compounds are represented. They are represented as molecular formula and structural formula. Structural formula may be condensed structural formula and branched one. I have taken one example, C4H10. It is butane. It's an alkane. Here I have written CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Which one is a condensed formula? And here all the hydrogen atoms are given as branching, which is known as branched formula. Second example, C2H2 alkyne. Here the same CH triple bond CH, which one is a condensed, and here H, two H atoms are given as branching. This one is branched. Next one, nomenclature. How to name. Large organic compounds present need systematic naming, and for this we have IUPAC system, IUPAC system. I for international, U for union, P for pure, A for applied, C for chemistry. By the help of this IUPAC system, we can give the names to the organic compounds. There are some rules. First one is, every name may consist of one prefix, root word and suffix. Prefix means substituting group. Root word means parent name. Suffix means functional group. There are two types of suffix, primary suffix and secondary suffix. Primary suffixes are carbon, single bond carbon. For this we will add N with the parent name. Carbon, double bond carbon, we will add ene with the parent name. Carbon triple bond carbon, we will add ine with the parent name. Next one, secondary suffix. For secondary suffix, functional groups are hydroxyl, that is OH. For this we will add all with the parent name. For aldehyde CHO, we will add al. Ketone C double bond O, we will add one with the parent group, and carboxylic group COOH, we will add oic acid with the parent group. Now what are the prefix? Prefix are the substituent group. For this, chlorine will be chloro, bromine will be bromo, iodine will be iodo. This like chloro, bromo, iodo we will add with the parent group as prefix. Fluorine will be fluoro and CH3 will be methyl, C2H5 will be ethyl. Now what are the root words? Root words are parent group. They are named on depending on the number of carbon atoms. Where C1 number of carbon atom is 1, it is methane. C2 ethane. For C3 propane. For C4 butane. For C5 pentane. For C6 hexane. For C7 heptane. For C8 octane. For C9 nonane. For C10 decane, and so on. Next rule is longest chain rule. You can see this example, CH3, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3. If we start from this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the parent group will be pentane. And if we move like CH3, CH2, CH, CH3 in this way, we will get the name butane. We know longest chain will be pentane, so it will be preferable. So the name will be pentane. Next rule is numbering of carbon atoms. See, here I have written this formula CH3, CH2, CH, branching 1 CH3. This is the substituent group or branching, and CH3. If we start from this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, this methyl group is coming at carbon 3. If we start from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, methyl group is coming to the second carbon. So we will prefer, the rule is we will prefer that way where we are getting the substituent group nearer. So if we move from here right to left, we are getting the substituent group nearer, second carbon. That's why the name will be 2-methyl butane, not 3-methyl butane. Next one, when we will have functional group. OH is here, that is functional group. Same rule, we will prefer that way where we can get the functional group nearer. So we will move from here 1, 2, 3, 4. This way is the right way, and the name will be butane 2-ol, not butane 3-ol. Next one, when we will have both the functional group, that is OH here, and substituent group, the priority will go for functional group. So we will go from that side, we will start from that side where we will get the functional group nearer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the second position if we start from this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fourth position if we start from this side. So we will go from this side because here we are getting the carbon at the OH hydroxyl group nearer. So the name will be 4-methyl-2-pentanol, not 2-methyl-4-pentanol. Next one, when we will have more than one substituent group. Here we have bromo also, chloro also. Then we will prefer bromo because bromo is coming alphabetically first, then chloro. So the name will be 2-bromo-4-chloropentane. It is the right name. 2-chloro-4-bromopentane will be the wrong one. Next one, if we will have methyl also, ethyl also. Ethyl comes first alphabetically, but the number will be 4-ethyl because smaller alkyl group will get the minimum number. So smaller alkyl group is methyl and bigger alkyl group is ethyl. So smaller will get the lower number, that is 3, and bigger will get the higher number, that is 4. Now, as all of you have class 10 book, you can practice from there. So many examples are given by which you can clear your doubts. From exercise also you can solve the problems, and I will explain more complex problems regarding the nomenclature next class. Thank you.